So, servus again. I will make a little update on my memes. DJT, AMC, GME, KOSS, and Bed Bath and Beyond. I'm using this method for tracking every stock, also memes, because it always happens like this. You start with a V or a V and A, then you're doing a high-low, then you're doing a peak, a pullback, then you're doing a B peak, then you take the low of A, the B of peak, take the 0.5 fib retracement, that is your B bottom, then you get your top, your C. After that you're doing your low high, your midpoint. The midpoint is perfectly aligning with the B bottom, like sometimes you bounce, fall under it, try to get over it, and then you reject. And last, the T, last time to sell before you get your V and A, and then everything starts again. So let's start with Bed Bath and Beyond. So for Bed Bath and Beyond, I have a bullish case and a bearish case. I more and more lean to the bearish case right now. You start with your V. Here is your high or low. This here is your A. This is your B with the trend line. This is your top. Then the lower high is following. Then you're getting your M. For your M, you have the perfect aligned trend line from B bottom. You bounced it, bounce, fall under it, reject, try it again, you come over it, but you're not strong enough, and the last two rejects before you fall. And here's your T. Last time to sell before you get your V under A. So right now, we already did our high low and already our A peak. So we start with the bullish tracking. That would mean A peak is finished, A pullback is already finished. Next price target would be $36. Then you get your pullback to around $22. And your next target is 120-ish. Then it's the only question, do you break it or do you reject it, and everything starts again. Just saying, the points can be a little bit lower, a little bit higher, or at point, but in this range. For confirmation, in my opinion, you have to break 12.62. Then the bearish alternative is off the table, and we go. For the bearish alternative, would mean this is your T, this here, and now you will go down, something like this, and you will make a new low. The question is only, are you doing a high low, or are you doing a new all-time low? Confirmation for me already was my B line at 875, and what we did, we came under it. We bounced, came up again, and in my opinion, that was it maybe already, or you still have to do one last try to get over this trend line. But in my opinion, most likely you will reject and you will fall. Then no hope line for me would be 7.88, because from down here you will see the really big moves. But all in all, I mean, after that, you're just waiting for our V and A somewhere in here. Then you do a high low, and then your next price target would still be $12, and your B price point wouldn't change at all. For how this would look like, you come from your M, you come up again to your M pattern or W pattern, and then your knife. It's the same like in 2020. You come from your M, you come up again to your M pattern or W, and then your knife. So I lean more to bearish, but in case we have the breakout line, we have the no hope line. So both cases are here. Next thing, DJT. So I will start again. This one is the bullish tracking. So you have your all-time high. You come down, make your lower high, come down, make your M, come down, make your T. Last time to there. Then you make your V under A. Somewhere in here is your A. Oh, let's do this. So somewhere in here is your A. And somewhere in here is your B. Okay, you make your high low. Then you made your A here perfectly seen. Normally this would have been the price target where we came near it, but don't really touched it, but it was enough. Then you did your B. Here, perfect example, you a little bit went over it, pull back, and then you made your C. One thing again, this was the first fractal to your V under A. This here is your second fractal. So you fall down. This is again your last time to sell before you do your V under A. Let's show this so here. Then you made your high low, A, your B, and your C again. The second lower peak, just saying. So then this here is your lower high. I don't put the L here because the L and the C is standing directly. It would look bad. So then you do your B, your M, then you do your T. And right now we're still looking for our V under A. So for the bullish variant, your V under A would be in this range here. So from 15 to 1375-ish. After that, and that would be close. After that, you're doing your V and A, your higher low, and then you break out of the trend line. Or you come down to your V under A, break out, retest, that would be your higher low, and your next target would be 30 for A. Here you do your pullback, your little pullback, and then you go to B. Would be around 43, and then you have to look, can we break the last peak? If not, if we can't break it, 57 would be a rejection line, or a little bit lower, and you would again make a lower peak, or you break it. For the bullish tracking, this looks close. For the bearish tracking, where is my bearish tracking? Yeah, here's the bearish tracking. For the bearish tracking, our V, the thing is with the bearish tracking, we would make a new all-time low in my opinion, because it's just a bigger tracking. If you look here, you have 3 different fractals, 1, 2, 3, and we would make a higher low and again a high low, and we go. For the bullish tracking, for the bearish tracking, we're taking the whole thing. That would mean you start with your A, your B, your C, lower high, midpoint, T, and right now we would just drop to our V under A, which is something 1265, but most likely a new low. So something, yeah, 11 to 10-ish. But then you would make your V&A, higher low. Your A point would be at 56. And your B peak would be at 80. And then again, are we breaking all-time low, or would we reject here? I mean, it depends how you see it. The price targets for this, the A peak and the B peak, are higher. But of course, you have to do a new all-time low. And in my opinion, this would take longer than this, because the bullish tracking could be solved this year, at least for A, maybe also for B. The bearish tracking would go into next year, in my opinion. But also be said, you see that here, you see that here, you see that here, because you can track these in the small tracking. Normally DJT is doing a V, higher low, and go. And you can't really see on the daily the A and the B. So maybe could be quicker than I would expect, but it isn't looking that bad. Both look like soon we will get our V&A. If it's the bearish or the bullish one, we will see. Next one, AMC. So we start from the beginning. Somewhere in here is your C. You come to your lower high, your midpoint, and here's your last time to sell in September 2020. Then you come to your V&A. It's the small V&A, but it's also the B V&A, the B and the big V&A is just invisible. Then you do your A, then your B peak, pullback, and then the squeeze C peak. After that, you do your lower high, your midpoint, again perfectly aligned to the B. Then you do your T, fall under it. Now the question is, are we finished or aren't we finished? Wait, that was the wrong one. But it doesn't change anything. Are we finished or aren't we finished? That's the question. So for the bullish tracking, this was our button, our V&A. This V&A. So, and from this on, this whole thing here, this whole thing is our higher low. And we would be ready to go. If we look at the, and then our price target for A peak would be 76. Our price target for M would be 150-ish. And our C, if you look at this, you have a big microphone pattern. In my opinion, doesn't matter if it's news or whatever. There's a big possibility you come up here. Could be. So now we look at the small tracking, because we have here two. From our bullish bottom, we make our V&A, our higher low. This was May, and then our A, B, C. Falling down, the lower high. Our M, last time to sell, our T before we get our V&A, which is higher. So here's our V&A. It's a V&A wherever the A is here. We did a higher low. And then again, our A, B, and C. Then we did our lower high, midpoint, last time to sell for the bullish variant. Then we fall down to our V under A. The only problem with this V under A is that it isn't a V under A. Because your bottom is for A is here. And you have a double bottom. And it doesn't matter if you track it with Fractal, with my method, or it looks like, or whatever you think, AMC is normally not doing a double bottom. But for the bullish tracking, we let it be like that. After that, this would be our higher low. And our next target for A peak would be 347 and our B 361. And if the rumors are right, that if we break over the 200, we are just going, I mean, this would be already go time. So that would be, for me, confirmation for bullish, break this trend line. 318, bearish tracking is off the table, we go. If we break under my B line, under 280, in my opinion, we will do a new all-time low, or still at 250-ish, somewhere in this range. So if you look at this, from the price target, nothing would change. Your A would be the same, your B would be the same, nothing would change. The only thing which would be changed is just we are still looking for our V under A. Because we need a lower bottom than this button to really say this is our V under A. So in my opinion, if we break 280, make that completely clear. If we break 279, I still think we need one more low. If it's a new all-time low, or if it's still a higher low, in that case doesn't matter. The only thing which would change is it's time. So for the bullish tracking, I think November, December, January. For the bearish tracking, you can start with January, February, March. But we will see. Next is GME. So for GME, we start on the weekly. GME looks better. I know they all move together, but the thing is, GME started the bull run earlier than AMC. So let's see. For GME, this whole thing would be your A, and this whole thing would be your B. That's important because B doesn't have to do a V under A. B can just be higher and making a higher low, a 0.5 Fib retracement. If this would be A, there would be the possibility we still have to do a V under A at 250, and even I don't think that. Okay, so let's start. You have your V, your high low, your A, your B, your C. Put in the trend line. Here the same thing. B bottom. Bounce, bounce, reject, bounce, fall under, reject, 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 midpoint, fall under. Then you do your T. Then, because this is B, you don't do a B under A. You start again with A, B, C. Let's look at the daily. And then your last section. So you have your A, your B, your C, your lower high. You come down, your M, and normally your T has to be, let's say you come to your M, come up, then you make a lower low, then you start your T, and then you go to your V and A. In this case, because it's big B and you're in an uptrending channel, you don't have to do that. So T would be finished. The important thing right now is your A. Just let's do this correctly. This is your little C. So this is your little B. This would be your V. And this would be your higher low. Your smaller higher low. And this would be your little A. So this already could be your little V under A. And right now, we would do our higher low. Important thing about this is, you're not allowed to drop under this line, under 22.52, because then your V under A is wrong and your higher low is broken. So for the bullish tracking, which would confirm it, is you break now over 28.26. That makes the bearish tracking obsolete. For the bearish tracking, if you break under 21.54, you're still doing, in this case, in my opinion, your V under A, which would be something like this. Here would be your V under A, then you do your high low and then go. Right now, I would be 50-50. I really don't know. Problem is right now, AMC and GME isn't really doing much. Bad Buffer and Beyond is moving. DJT is also nothing doing. So, and we would expect that everything moving the same time, but at least we have the levers and the tracking. Okay, last, KOSS. So, for KOSS also, we look at the weekly. And other weekly would be the same like GME. This would be a big A. This is your big B. Again, that's why the big B can end in a higher low. So let's look on the daily. You come from your V and A. Here's your higher low. Here's your A peak. Somewhere in here is your B, and here's your top. Then you do your lower high, come down to your endpoint, then to your last time to sell before V and A. Whoop. You did V and A perfect. Then here is your higher low. Here's your A, your B, and your peak. This was July 2024. So then again, you do your low high, come down to your endpoint, same with the trend line again, and then this wasn't it. Then you come up to your T again, and then now is the question. So that's what I meant in GME. You see your M, perfect, fall down, make a lower low for your T. Here this was perfectly halted for the T. And then you come down again. So for the bearish tracking, we wouldn't break this line again. Maybe coming up here, but you wouldn't break this line again. Come down and fulfill your V and A. So it would like maybe something like that. V and A, higher, low, go. For the bullish tracking, we would be finished. For the bullish tracking, you could say this is your V, then you have your A, somewhere is your B, your little C, you come down again. Here is your V, higher, low, A. This would be already V under A for the small, and you would go. So in my opinion, if you break over $7, okay, I mean, it's quite easy because it's a breakout, for sure. But still, if you break out, this stock is finished and would be already in the roundup. The thing is, I think, did this started in 2020? Yeah. No, it was quite the same. Yeah. Yeah. So for me, KOSS is looking good. GME is looking also good as long as we are holding this higher low. AMC, I really have to say, looks like shit. But okay, most of the time it's looking like shit before it goes. So, okay. And DJT is looking for the bullish tracking already also. But at the same time, bad buffer and beyond looks like shit. So, okay. Well, take this information and use it how you like. Thing is, bad buffer and beyond is tracking perfectly. DGT is tracking perfectly. AMC is also tracking perfectly. It's just hard to get both ways, bullish and bearish. Right now, I'm just opinion for the bullish tracking. You have to overlook some rules. For example, for the B and the A, yeah. GME is working, but still for GME, I would really it would make much more sense to make a V and A. And KOSS also for the bullish tracking, it needs some work, but we will see what happens. Some people are saying rate cuts, or when a certain baby is born. Okay, thank you for watching. No financial advice, but the thing is, if you really want to see tracking for other stocks which really working nice, watch my other videos. You can still play AMC and GME with the money you could make on other stocks. Okay. So again, thank you for watching. If you like, leave a like. And the first video was a week ago, I think. If nothing is changing in these stocks, I will make a video in a week again. But right now, they are not really moving. Even the 5%, 6% or 8% for KOSS isn't really a change. Okay, so till next time.